The following episode is brought to you by Poison City Brewing, proud makers of Durban Poison Cannabis Lager, the beer that invites you to live your poison.
The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is here. It's real hip-hop music from the soul, y'all. Yeah.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah.
It's another fine episode of Sludge Underground, and we've basically been doing this, indoors, via conference call for the past, few weeks, and it's really been epic. And today, bring you guys a legend yet again. I think he has made the most appearances on Sludge for hip-hop artist, and I'm just really stoked. He's the one who's actually calling us, so that, it's such an epic moment. And I want to open this interview up by singing one of his songs, "All My Niggas Are Better Than Yours." If you don't know already, we got the legend. Yeah, man, flip, bro. It's been such a blessing, watching and just listening to all your tapes, bro, from, part 1 all the way. You just recently released part 3. And yeah, man, let's just focus on the success of the tape so far, bro. How has it been? When we last had you were still on part 1. So how has sort of the traction been going with all the tapes?
Yo, man, it's been crazy and very enjoyable. A lot of learning as well. As you know, we make a lot of mistakes as well, dog, but everything has been, mad positive. I can't even, mention the bad stuff too much. The tape came out, part 1 was really cool. Part 1 was, I needed to start at home, so I need to listen to the sound, but I made it a lot, it was songs that people in Durban and people who are of, my tribe, maybe, Abazulu, people who are more ethnic could relate to. But it was also something that, I feel it just gave, people a placement of, where I'm from, So I really enjoyed that, You sort of have, a vision when you drop, when you look at your track, it's okay, this song's going to make people feel like this, and that song's going to make other people feel like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, as far as this one, it was crazy. I was really surprised. I put the first, I've talked about part 1. In terms of the response, a lot of people were feeling the third song, Constantly Medicated.
Yeah. And
that was one of the songs I was really insecure about because it was the only song that, I fully produced, So I wasn't really confident in the skill, but, I was really confident in the way I handled, the way I did, it all just gelled, And I was glad that it got across to people. I was really glad people I'm not there and there, you know what I mean? People were really feeling that one, the sort of response and the hype that it was getting. I was feeling this could be a single, that everyone can push in future. Yeah, then we moved on to part 2. Part 2, I remember the artwork was done by Mshengo, but I think that's real. He did a really good job on that one. So even through that now, from an artistic side, I got more, what can I say, reach or appeal to more people, a bigger sort of fan base, or rather a bigger source of people, they gave it a chance. And on my side, if I can comment about that one, part 2 is just after sort of introducing where I'm from, what I am sort of, now it's sort of me now, you know what I mean? I feel those songs are songs that really represent the kind of person who I am, and all of those songs were songs where I didn't think they were going to come out as dope as they were. When I made them, I was never consciously trying to make a really cool song or just at the studio, and if it's a studio run, I'm always recording. Yeah. So in that, I think they caught me at a time where I wasn't trying. So I was just doing whatever I liked or whatever I personally thought would sound cool, So I think part 2 did that for me. NZT, half of the first is I'm nothing without my surroundings, right? I'm nothing without the people sort of who listen to this podcast. Nothing without a Sludge. That's why I hit you guys up. Yeah. I'm nothing really without the friends who've helped me put me on platforms, who've made opportunities available that I've taken advantage of, That's the nature of the industry that we live in. And just sitting and looking back, I was yo, man, I've been really fortunate. I've experienced a lot of dope shit. If I were to start writing down a list, I think the pen would run out of ink. It's just been crazy, all across. That was it. Then it was songs like I Panta was one of the biggest mistakes in the tape. It was a song that Like, yo, if I can tell you the story of how it came together, it was really crazy, but
And I was
it's a really
actually
long.
I was actually wanting to actually ask you about that track because the melody on there is insane, bro. And like the listeners
Yeah.
obviously know by now, so you're probably like the king of melodies. G, how did you come up with that melody in your pint?
The producer, Peanut, was
Yeah.
the first time I was working with him.
Mm.
I think it was the first time that I met him. And it was one of those situations. He's from here, and he's from Bhutan, actually, in the Johannesburg. As dope as he was, he just got in the studio, and I was like, yo, dog, let's make a track, but like, I want you to lead it, though. Whatever you want to do, let's do that. You know what I mean? If you want to do it 10 times, let's do it 10 times. If you want to, like, just be free, dog. Don't worry about me. I'm just here to help you out, just to make whatever song I want to make right now. Yeah, bro.
Mm.
And you played me the beat, like, the beat was done, basically, bro. And this guy plays the beat like it's a... He's like, dog, I'm not sure. What do you think about this beat? I'm like, hey, bro. Like, it was crazy for me. Like, it's difficult to explain, bro, because, like, you hear something like that, and there's something that touches inside of you. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure if words can do justice to that process. Like, it touched me, Nami, in that way, and that's how I got the sort of. That's the first thing, because, like, Nami, when you work with a new producer, especially someone who's that good, you're trying to make a good impression, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're trying to show them that, yo, dog, like, they're actually working with a proper artist right here, and, like, that's how relationships in music work, and that's how people get taught to work with people. It's a trust thing,
Mm.
but a trust, you have to build it, you understand? So, Nami, I had to, off the bat, I had to give this guy something that would make him feel, okay, calm down, be comfortable, this guy's got it, let's follow through whatever I pitched to him,
Yeah.
And that was like the first thing that came into my mind. That melody, like, it just came like, yo, dog, I'm not sure, it was weird, and like that's how I felt to do. Like, yo, this beat's really weird, bro. I was like, it'd be really nice to make a weird sounding song that's dope. The people like they understand why you like it, but it's just really dope, but it's vibey,
Yeah.
So I did that melody. She loved it. The afternoon before I went to this guy, I'm chilling in the dining room, pausing. I was thinking, shit, I'm gonna get to a radio interview. I need to like write a verse that I can do, like, it's off the bat. It's like it gets required of me. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So I wrote this verse, bruh. Fast forward now, back in the studio session, I write my opening verse. I've done the chorus more or less. Now it's time to write a verse. So I wrote a verse, and I was like, shit, this verse is really cool, but I really don't feel like it's a first verse,
Yeah.
It's actually the second verse in the song, so I can't put this verse first, So I record the verse, I put it on the second verse. Then I'm like, shit, fuck, it took me so long to write this verse because I really, like, invested a lot of thought into it, Like, I'm gonna write an equally dope verse in the first verse, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it was just like a light bulb moment, like, shit, dog, I was writing the verse earlier on. When I tried it, it fit perfectly. I never knew I was going to make this song, but that verse that I did in the morning, it fit perfectly. I didn't have to change the tempo. It actually sounded better on the beat,
Mm.
And basically, that's how that song came about. It's just a story for me. It was about me telling a story of a guy who's trying to make it in a field that people don't really understand. A person who's trying to make his people proud, a person who's trying to shine, and what he has to go through. And then I also added a perspective of like how that translates now into like a relationship format. Like if you're a person who's chasing something that's sort of unknown, something that has no set rule book or has no set, we can say, okay, this is right, like it's all about perspective. So I think that's what happened in the second verse. So that's what Ipan does about. That was about like one of those songs with like they ooze off you, dog. You don't have to try too hard to make it. Like it just doesn't like that.
Yeah, and bro, like know, it's really special when you say that Part 2 had more of a mass appeal and whatnot, and I feel like it was a perfect setup for Part 3 because Part 3 has got some gems, bro. Like when I listen to it, I feel like it's something. Well, throughout that I've been listening through to all my tapes is Uguti. It's a good representation of Durban. It's really good, Uguti. We've got you making these tapes. So now with Part 3 having recently come out, I need for us to sort of break that down, bro. And I want us to sort of play it on sort of shuffle. You know, I don't want to follow it, you know, like track by track. And the one thing that really jumped at me when I was listening to it, it's a Tarantino reference, bro. And I was like, okay, like what Tarantino? You know, I knew it was P-Dog was, you know, a really, you know, bright intellectual and whatnot, but then with Tarantino, bro, one of the legends of the game when it comes to my movies. You know, are you like a Tarantino guy? Like what was that about?
Yeah, dog. I think like that guy, like he's the archetypal, he's the perfect role model for a creator who does things his way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A creator who set his own rule book about how he's gonna do things, and he played it out. You know, we may have had like confusion in the background that we don't all see, because nothing ever really comes out of tune as it comes out. You know what I mean? Like. But for me, he's like he's just like the image of that. Like watching his movies, watching his vision, like seeing how he translates and how that also has mass appeal. You know.
Yeah.
So even that line, but I was thinking it also has that double-sided meaning with the Futurama movie because the director talks. Tarantino.
Yeah.
I was supposed to put an ad lib there, but I decided not to. I hope one day in the interview someone will ask me this question. But I was supposed to be Tarantino, Futurama movie. Yeah. There's Quentin Tarantino. So I was basically trying to express which was Futurama movie, basically. What's the lifestyle I was trying to live? So that's Futurama movie. Like even when you get to your friends, they're like, hey, but Futurama movie, my color. You know what I mean? So that was all that's all I was thinking on that part.
And you're on like the general track, Ipan's Gone Better. It's quite an interesting name, bro. Like for you know to name a track. You know, just break it down for someone who might have not listened to it. You know, we know what the Tarantino line was about. What is the actual track about?
Ipan's Gone Better. It's just talking about the original form of compiling wealth. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Which was keeping it around you. You know what I mean? Keeping it around you, you can see it, you can sort of point at it, you can see it get less, you can see it get more, but it's right here. And the most like literal example is like putting it underneath your bed. You know what I mean? Like putting the racks right underneath your bed, making sure the paper stacks right beneath you, so that you're the last line of protection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's basically the whole concept. So you're the last line of protection. So now, like the song, I was thinking about like. In the time that we live in, so much of what people own, in inverted commas, is like they can't see it. They've got no access to it. Like it's an idea, opposed to like a tangible thing. You know what I mean? Like people might have tangible assets and stuff, but like most of what people own is like a representation of numbers and digits on a screen that will be shown by you some way, you know what I mean? And like you watch conspiracies, even like you just look at life in general, how things are happening, even with this COVID thing, like your bank could wake up tomorrow and be like, yo, sorry. You know what I mean? And you can't do shit about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't do shit. If you try to go crazy, they'll arrest your ass and put your ass in jail. You acting up. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So that was like, for me, I'm not really like, I'm not trying to be like the lyricist on these tracks, dog. I'm just trying to tell my story the way that's genuine to me, you know what I mean, the way how I've learned it. I've never really been about trying to make conscious music, per se, because I've always been taken more by melody. But for this track, I really wanted to make a conscious track that would just be a style of sound, like my style, and that would even make maybe other people rethink the way that they talk about things. So that's what the content is about. Because, yo, man, you got to protect, like, be aware of the world around you. Be aware of where what you own is. Like, yeah, can't compare to that. So that was me telling that story. A whole lot of relations to business society, but, like, I'll be giving too much away. It's a really short track as well. Like, many people listen to it like, oh, why does it end? Oh. And I love that. So, I love that because it makes you want to listen to it again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, I urge anyone to go listen to Can't Compare to It means Under the Bed.
One of the most solid explanations, bro, when it comes to a track. And I think we would say about Bakulisegi from hearing that there. You know, next track that jumped at me, bro, pop song. You know, one of my favorite lines in there is when you're like, when I get my spinach, I pop it like I'm Popeye. You're bringing through all this nostalgia, bro. Like, Tarantino, and then there you go, spinach and Popeye, my homie. You know, break down the track for us, bro. Pop song. It's actually one of my personal favorites on this. You know, I think I even sent you a text saying like before doing this. So what's that one about, bro?
it's the biggest surprise for me on the tape because like I'm getting a really good response to that. Whereas I thought it would be other tracks. Yeah, dog, that song Uro, like Ro just said me beats, Ro it's a Munu Ro Shotgun, the second producer, the guy who just did everything for Palmtree Paradise and did everything for everybody else. You know what I mean? The guy who helped give even people like Gemini Major the skills that they have today, dog, no cap. So he just sent me beats, you know, he sent me beats, and I was like, when I actually recorded this tape, I was at a point where I wanted to record everything that's in front of me. And I did, and I ran out of beats, and I kept more beats, and I just kept on, you know what I mean? I was just in that zone. I told myself, what's yours, dog? If ever there was a gym, now you're inside, you know, do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
So, it Pop Pop song was one of those songs where it's like, if this one does not sound like one of those songs that has to be about something serious, you know? If you listen to the beat, it's very like, can I say it's got that texture, you know, like you would expect something very serious on it, but like the way I approach songs, it's like there must be an element of surprise. I feel like I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed if someone can expect what I'm gonna do. You know, I'm always trying to give you something that you're not gonna be expected. That's like my number one thing that I aim for in music. So I wanted to make that song like very chill, very friendly, like, you know, I don't know where I was, but like I was having like, we're partying a lot of women, a lot of good time. And yeah, booty pop, we can bake and make it pop. It's like, you think of that line and you put it in your notes, you know, like on your phone. And then one day you hear it beat and scroll through your notes, and boom, there it is. It's like, I think it might have been one of those things, dog. But like after that, like, dog, I don't want to think too much about this. Like, I just want it to be as simple, but as, I don't know, like as simple, but as, yeah, man, as representative of whatever that I was trying to do. Like, it's simple, but I just wanted to be that song that anybody could vibe to. But even if you listen to it more, you start to pick up more and more things, like, when you listen to it. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It doesn't just end at the first level, you know? So that's what I wanted to do, man. I gave us, like, I'm making a song about booty. What's more cliche than that? But, like, the way that I approached it, I feel like I gave it more life.
Yeah.
I try to give it more life, and it's a vibe, man. It's a vibe.
And
I like it a lot. It's one of my favorite songs.
And honestly, bro, I feel like it's warranted because it's not like you're constantly talking about booty. It's like, it's what you're saying. It's that element of surprise. And I think you actually did it justice, bro.
Oh, dog, can I say that? For me, that's what I'm all about. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to show, like, I don't really like following, like, rules, like, especially when it comes to, like, creativity. Like, I feel like creativity is a feeling, and if it feels right, then it's right. Like, it doesn't have to be referenced to, like, anything else, but, like, what you feel inside. So that's what I try to do with this music, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, also another track that I got a dope response from was Is Bondi.
Hey, bro, I was actually wanting to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. The chord progression in that, bro, is something genius, man. And I really just want to talk about that there, bro. Chord progression at Apayana in terms of the, like, who produced that beat, and obviously, you know, what is the track about?
Dog, like I said, dog, it's a super producer, dog. Not just any producer, dog.
Yeah.
But it was Shotgun, dog. That's Shotgun on that. And this is like now the second sort of beat pack that this guy, it wasn't really a beat pack, it was like, I think it was 3 super beats. Like, Uro just got that thing, that even some unbelievable, that he just gives you a beat and like, you can't believe that it's actually happening. You can't believe it. This guy's actually giving me this beat to work on, you know? So that was the first one that I've released. The other ones are like, they're super dope, so they're going to come out on my album. But yeah, that's what it was all about. It was just about, I felt like I needed to make a song that would relate to like a side of like our culture that's, I don't know, I won't say it's been slept on, but I feel like my perspective gave it a brand new light. Like I wanted people to like listen to the song and remember like being around their whole family, you know, like family is important, but like you get those special vibes that when it's like everyone, your grand, and something's happening, it could be good, it could be bad, but like, you know, like the weird things that bring people together. So I just wanted something that was going to like get people more like in touch with that, because I also feel like Sabanto are losing that. Like, this culture that the way the culture is changing, or this culture that we're adopting, it's sort of making people too cool for that shit now, you know.
Yeah.
And like, I wanted to show a cool in it in my way, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So when I heard that, like, you heard those chord progression, like, I listened to it. I was like, yo, dude, this is going to be a very powerful song. What message do I want to tell? I decided on my message. Ironically, at that time, I was in Johannesburg. Space was in Johannesburg as well, from Love Studios. Space was around. I was like, hey, dog, like, can you rock up or something? And he was like, yo, dog, I'm coming, dog. He rocked up. And for me, it was just trying to rekindle, like all those, like there was a sort of working relationship I had with the boy Love Studios and that as well, because we worked really well, yeah, bro, together. Yeah, dog. So he came through, and I was like, yo, dog, here's this beat. I want to sort of tell the story, you know what I mean? But I haven't started because I don't like sort of like pre-planning music. Though. If I want to make a song with you, like, rather you be there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a feeling thing, dog. I won't say that's like a rule as well, because I do send people songs that like to sort of verse or whatever the case may be. But a song which I wanted to scream in the way that I wanted to scream, I wanted us to be die, moves and angry, see, you know, because it's always good to get a different perspective of your own ideas. This is like across the board, not even in music or anything like that. Like, if you got an idea, just tell it to someone and see what the other perspective is that you were thinking about, yeah, boy. And it always breeds something better, yeah, boy. So he came in, and we just gave ourselves time to play, dog. Like, we chilled, we got all things that made us happy. We just, yeah, man, we listened to the beats, we tried a whole lot of things, a whole lot of files were deleted, a whole lot of chopping, a whole lot of putting together, a whole lot of redoing, you know, but boom, we finally came to a flow that we like, now this flow is so the one. I did the hook, Space is real quick with the verses, dog, and he's so like intricate with them as well, dog. It's one of my favorite verses on. But he came through with it as well. And then also in my verse, like, because it was raw on production, I was like, shit, dog. I did get like sort of, in its own way, I got like unbelievable vibes, you know, like about the song, you know what I mean? And in getting those vibes, I wanted to sort of pay tribute in a way to my niggas, even though they weren't there, like JB, Cypro, basically the Palmtree niggas, yeah, bro. So that way that I thought that verse, what's really done? It was just like an ode to the way Usaid started his verse, unbelievable, because that was like the best fucking intro verse, whatever you can call it, dog. That guy killed that shit. Yeah. And yeah, man, it was sort of like a shout out to that part. I like those was on point with the attire, you know. Yeah. For me, that's like one of the best intros for a verse, especially like on a hit song like that. I think it's part of the reason why Unbelievable slapped the way it does.
I really like the way that you really just explain everything there, bro. You know, with each track sort of breaking it down and breaking down all the influences. It's really special. It gives us a lot of insights. I want us to focus on the final track, bro, which happens to be the first track on Futurama Part 3. Give us the name of the track, bro, and what it was sort of about. You know, you mentioned something really big there in the name, and yeah, bro, something that you've been a part of for a very long time. And sort of, tell us about the track in general.
That's the song. It's called Babs, an iconic local brand from Durban, from a group of crazy sickos called S&B, who are just pioneering the culture down there. Been doing events, been doing clothing, like they've been like in the conversation nationally for the longest time, and it's a collective that I'm part of. It's almost 10 years working with them now, being a part of S&B. So it just so happened that when I got this beat, I was like, you know what, like, it'd be really cool if like we had like a young anthem, you know, something upbeat, you know, because I'd done a track before with T-Bag, a Babs track. That was really, really dope. Also, people really liked that song. So I was like, you know, I need to re-up on that energy and try again, you know. And it's not even the last one. I might do more Babs tracks. So, yeah, that's what the song's about. It's just like telling the story a bit of how everything came about, but like in my own way, as usual. Yeah, it's like, it's the last thing that you expect the song to be about, but I'm actually just telling a story. As much as it's a chatty beat, I'm telling a story how the brand came about. I'm telling a story about like how we approach shit and how we are as a brand. And that's it. That's the song Babs. It's the first song on Futurama Part 3.
Away. That is very dope, bro. And I think it would be a crime for us to sort of, let you go before, telling us what is up next. We understand that it's going to be a 4-part thing, bro. So what can we expect for your part 4?
Part 4 is going to be the shortest part, but it's going to hit a lot of people in the neck. They're not going to see it coming. It's only going to be 2 songs. As long as there's been like 4 songs each, right? Yeah, 4 songs each. This one only has 2 songs. One of them is produced by Sai, my brother, and the other one is produced by myself. I don't know how to sort of like speak it up on how it's going to be, but people are going to just get a hold of it. It's 2 songs, it's really short, but then it's a good way of us wrapping up the Futurama series. Those songs, the one is called Buttermilk, the other one is called Coup d'etat. Yeah. Those songs, they sort of introduce the future of like what I'm going to be doing, because I already have an album that I'm almost done doing. So those songs are like the bridge, so people can see like where the sound is going, what I'm trying to do, like how far I'm trying to reach in terms of like music and being PDA and just expressing what PDA is. It's just like public displays and affection, that's like what I'm about. That's why I make music, so I can just show my appreciation like to everything that I'm a part of in this world, So yeah, going forward, these 2 songs, people don't understand what's up.
I think you really broke it down really well there, bro. Listen, P-Dog, I really appreciate you coming through, man, to tell us more about the Futurama. And yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to just drop us a date there when we can expect part 4.
I don't have a date exactly because it takes those digital stores a little while to get the stuff up. But it's mastered and mixed for it. I just need to upload it. So everybody, if you listen to this part 4, like it's going to be the craziest thing. Like I'm not going to try and like over market it, because I know as soon as people hear it, like they're not going to believe like what's happening. And that's exactly like the nature of the music that's going to be. So thanks to Sludge. Thanks everyone who's listening to this. Send it to somebody else, share it, guys. Let's share the culture. Let's stay up and stay safe during coronavirus.
P-Dog, bro, thank you so much for calling through, man. Really appreciate it. Hope the people do tune in and do check out Futurama EP. Shout out to everyone that's been sending through some feedback and, just listening to the content and liking all the content that we've been releasing. It's been really epic. On Facebook, we are Sludge Underground. On Twitter, at Sludge031, and on Instagram, at Sludge Underground. Drop us an email, sludgeunderground@gmail.com. My name is Nasipi Zwane at Zwane031. Until next time, guys, it is bye for now.
You better man, cause I'm gonna body when I'm tired. Put that letter PS in the Uzubuzelina, the content swinging conte, Kalazika malam, Kalazika malam, Hotelas kamba, Apelele, Shoti, Nangalutos, and no one, nothing else, man. No, you can't get it, Musola Sipale. Let's get it in got Bundy, Bundy, killing with the dipper in my turkey. You banks, they know me. Ain't nothing like the man, bruh. Share the same name, bruh. Drive at least 6 hours just to see him. So look at where we came from. Oh my, priceless. Tell them I got the summer clean. Tell them what's up when you throw in. Tell them what's up when you quantin. Gonna contest Bundy when I'm tired. Umzali son que slide. Findes bongelane season light. Put the letter Kias and the wall. Umzali squeeze up Belinda. In the Stangalasi, you better man. Cause I'm contest Bundy when I'm tired.
Party plus you know that I'm here and I'm at your damn way. Flew around the country, we cool and we lunch in the cooler. Got nothing but good, it just got out with you. Lang I get this a cooler, so pop big Buddha better play you rule. Uga him shana, we cool and we left for your crew. Give for muffins, a cola for cup and a coke.
the sun gets